EdTech for learning, it's the key. Join the fun, share your smile. EdTech Tuesday, stay a while. EdTech Tuesdays, come and see. Tech for learning, it's the key. Join the fun, share your smile. EdTech Tuesdays, stay a while.
Welcome everyone today to our EdTech Tuesday. Today we're going to learn how to plan like a pro, unleashing the power of MagicSchool AI. If you're not familiar with that MagicSchool AI tool, we're going to get a little bit more familiar with that today. In the chat, there is a link to join the Nearpod. We are going to play a game at the end, and that will decide the winner of our door prize. So make sure that you are on before the end of the session. There's that link, or there's also the join code up here at the top all the time, XETZ9. You can join that way as well. All right, just a little housekeeping. Please keep your mics muted since we are recording, but feel free to type questions in the chat. Valentine will be there answering them or asking me. He'll break in if I don't happen to see it. If you haven't registered, please do so on the PD system. The session number is 339488. And then remember to do the remote check-in so you can get credit for attending this session. So why MagicSchool AI? Well, AI, of course, has been the buzz this year. This past year, it pretty much just came in and we started using it in education. And it does help with your workload. We know that teachers are overworked and burnt out a lot of the times. So this is just a way, a little tool to maybe help save you time. And AI, this platform MagicSchool is one of the favorite MagicSchool AI tools out there, and they have over 3 million teachers and users using it, which is pretty amazing. And then it is very easy to use, so that's one thing that makes it really great. Just some reminders when using AI. It's not the end and your end product. You need to remember to check for bias and accuracy. AI is not always 100% accurate, so it is very important that you check for that. You want to be sharing with your students, correct and accurate information. So a good approach to use would be like 80% AI and maybe 20% you. So you do want to make sure like AI is good for your initial work, but then you want to add to your final product, and make sure that it's correct. And then your judgment matters. Again, AI, always follow your school guidelines, whatever your school is asking, and use your good judgment. AI's knowledge stops at its last training date, so recent topics may not be up to date. And then you want to protect privacy. Never include any personal student information like names, addresses, any of that kind of information to AI. Now, MagicSchool shared this with us this past week that they are passing the test or like the guidelines for being safe to use for AI. So this is one of the safer tools to use, and you can go to that website in the bottom if you want to, thecommonsense.org, and see, which other AI tools maybe are passing the test as well. So today is all about planning. So Magic School does have over 75 tools, and they keep adding all the time. So when you go on one day, there might be more tools than there were the previous day to help you. But it does help with your lesson plans. It helps differentiate. It even helps with communication with the parents. So those are all the tools, but we are going to focus on planning today. So when you go into AI, which we will go into very shortly, you're going to see all the tools listed here. And you see these little call outs here. If you're on this one, you're going to see all the tools. But if you notice, I have this one circled, planning. So if you're just wanting to find a tool for planning, you can click on this one and it just brings up the tools for planning, which we're going to look at. So these tools can enhance student engagement and learning outcomes. The Magic School offers user-friendly interfaces for easy implementation. They're little templates. It makes it very easy for you to do and use this AI tool. And it helps you explore practical applications for each tool. So one tool we're going to look at today is Group Work Generator. So a lot of times we want to have our students work in groups. So this can help you, and we're going to go over live and look at some as well. But you can tell, like, how many students do you want in the group? What is your objective? What are you working on? It will give you like a little project for the students to work on. And we'll see it live, so we'll see it a little bit better. Project-based learning is another tool that we use. I know like the sustainability is very big in our district, and the students are going to be they're going to have like a sustainability fair again this year, most likely. So that would be maybe a project that they would be working on throughout the year or later on. So here you can put in, I just put in 4th grade here, put in some TEKs, and then the objective I put down here, and then this is what we got. So understanding our foundations, the Declaration of Independence, the United Constitution, and the Bill of Rights. So what I did is I went to the PSJA curriculum website for elementary, and I just clicked on next week. What are some of the goals that they're working on? So this was one of the things. So here it gives us some driving questions or a challenge students can work on, the real world context, in-depth inquiry, student voice and choice. It kind of breaks it down and gives us all that information. Now, that's a lot. So what about a rubric for this project? So I reprompted and asked, create a rubric. And then it gave me a rubric, so it breaks it down so the student can see what the expectations are for this project. So we're going to take a look at that live, and I'm going to show you the tools and how easy it is to create that. A presentation generator. I actually used Magic School today to help create these slides. And that doesn't create the pictures on the slides, but it created the content. Here I added another 4th grade TEK to create a presentation. And so here I copied and pasted what the output was. So it breaks up the slides and the information that I can put on each slide. And this one was exploring figurative language, similes, metaphors, and personification. So then this is what it recommended that I put on each slide. So I thought that's pretty cool. And so here you could actually just copy and paste onto your Google slide. Now, because we are an enterprise district for I don't know how much longer, we only paid for a very short amount of time, which is up, but we still have that access. So you can actually export right now to a Google slide. So it right away added each of that information right onto the Google slide. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to utilize that while we still have that, and if not, it's very simple to open up your Google slide and copy and paste that information on there. So that's another planning tool that we're going to look at today, creating presentations. And then this tool is one of the newer tools in Magic School, and it's a tool recommendation. So if you have something you're like, you don't know what tool to use or what tools, so I'm a third grade math teacher, what tools would be helpful to me in designing a multiplication word problems? And then this is the outcome I got. Math word story problems, math problems, multiple choice assessment, and these are some of the Magic School tools that I could use to help me with that problem that I asked for. So now let's go right into Magic School and actually look at some of these tools. So when you come into Magic School, if this is your first time, you're just going to go to MagicSchool.ai and you're going to see this at the top. You're going to see all the tools. Now, why do I have all these tools up at the top? Because these are ones that I have highlighted the star. I've just clicked on the star and so have made these my favorite tools. So I'm going to see my favorites at the top once you've added some favorites. And based on the tools that I've used, they recommend some tools to check out. And then this is the all tools. So today we're going to click on planning. And so now it just highlights all my planning tools. We have an image generator. If you notice, this is hot. That means not hot when you touch it, but it is something that's being used a lot. So this is one of the more of the favorite tools that people are finding that they're using. This image generator does take you to Adobe Express. So they've kind of combined Magic School and Adobe to help you with those images. We have a presentation generator. This is also another hot tool, so we will look at that today, and that will create your slides for you. Lesson plans. We're not going to go over this tool today, but if you need a lesson plan for a certain topic, you can click on that and go through those tools. Now, lesson plans, I know a lot of you already have the curriculum from the district, so you're already kind of guided what you need to do. But if that is something you need to look at, it is available. We have a unit plan generator if you want to create a whole unit on a topic. We are going to look at this one today, the project-based learning. We have the 5E model lesson plan. It will help you write a lesson plan with a 5E model. Real-world connections. Generate real-world examples to increase student investment. That's not one we're looking at today, but I think this one, sometimes we need to connect those real-world experiences with the students to understand the concept a little more. So that seems like a pretty neat tool. Magic School for student ideas. So students can use Magic School, but you can use this as a teacher to get ideas of how you can use it with the students. We are going to look at the group work generator today. There's a social emotional lesson plan, exemplar and non-exemplar. Have A or write exemplar and non-exemplar responses to specific assignments to help see what is expected. So if you're expecting your fourth grade student to do a writing, you can actually put in your TEKS, you can put in any type of objectives that you're working on and have an example of what this, to share with the students of what it might look like. We have a syllabus generator. We have a SAT math practice. These are probably for a little bit upper grades. We have science labs. You can generate an engaging science lab based on topics and standards of your choice. The multiple step assignments. We have a PD planner. If you're planning like a PD session to share with other teachers, and then the tool recommendations. So there's lots of tools in here, and if you get in and click on them, it's just fun to try. So let's go to group work. Are there any questions before I continue on? Okay, I think we're good. If we aren't, Valentine can just break in and let me know at any time. So here, this is what the tool looks like. When I click on it, I'm going to select the grade level. So here I am going to leave this at third grade. The time for the group work. How long do I want the students working on this project? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? I'll leave it at 10, but here you can, put in your time. I guess 5 minutes isn't an option, so the lowest one they have is 10. So if you want something lower, you would just go with the smallest number they have and then base it, maybe change it on that. Change what you want to do. So here, I did look at the third grade TEKS, and I'm just going to paste it in. Design a group work activity for third grade grammar students based on Texas TEK 3.11 DII, past, present, and future verb tenses. Now, how many students do I want participating in this group? Do I want 2? Do I want 3, 4, 5, 6? So I'm going to say, let's have 3 students in a group. And I'm going to simply generate. Now, on the topic in standards, let me go back and edit the prompt here for a minute. And then we'll look at the outcome. Here, you can put as much information as you have about your topic, your objective, your standards. Be specific. If you have a document that has that stated on there, you can actually click on this little paperclip and you can upload it and it will read that information. So that's pretty cool as well. So here, this is what it gave me for the exploring the verb tenses, gave us an objective, and then it gave us roles. Notice we had 3 students in our group. It gave us 3 different roles. So had I have selected a higher number, it would give me that many roles for those students. And it tells me what materials I need. It gives me an introduction, an activity, and then the sharing. So it gives me the whole lesson. Now, of course, I would read that. We're not going to because of time today. I would use that 80-20 rule. I'm going to use 80%, and then 20% kind of make it my own. We do have a reflection and an assessment. Now here, if you did want to prompt it for like a rubric, you could do that. So please make a rubric for this assignment. Now, if you're just doing a group work, you probably won't need this if you're just doing a little 10-minute activity, but you could just ask it for another type of evaluation. Whatever you want, you can reprompt, and I can keep reprompting and reprompting as much as I want to define and get that information that I want out of that tool. So that's a group work generator. And the more information, the more specific you are on what you want, of course, the better your product will be. All right, so we're going to go back. Now we're going to look at the project-based learning tool. And you can see the tools are very simple. They all have this exemplar. What is an exemplar? Well, that's the example of what it can do. So this one gives you an 11th grade example, and it gives you the objective that was put in and what was generated. So you can always look at the exemplar to kind of see how the tool works. I'm going to come back to the tool itself. I didn't have to go back that far. And this time I'm going to select, let's select 4th grade. And this time I want to do an environmental sustainability fair. So I'm going to put that in here. That's my topic, an environmental sustainability. Oops, there we go. Create an environmental sustainability project. So that's what I want to do. Now, you're going to be specific. You might have more objectives. You might have more information you want to give. And the more you have, the better. You can always click the paperclip to upload. Even if you have a YouTube video, you can upload that to the paperclip as well to add that to the information. You can put the standards in here. I'm just going to put this for now to keep it that simple and see what project it comes up with. So here it will give me all the information I need. So it gives me a connection. Here's the driving question. How can we as a community reduce our environmental impact and promote sustainability in our daily lives? Then we have real world context, the in-depth, the student voice and choice, reflection, the critique, public product. So it goes on and on. It gives us an assessment and it aligns the standards for the sustainability goals. Now, what if I want to know, how can I demonstrate the learning objectives? Let's ask. So I'm going to post prompt. How can I demonstrate setting learning objectives and milestones for the students? Like how are they going to like set up this project? What are they going to actually do? So here I just prompted again. And so now I have some objectives, some skills that they're going to look at, and the milestones, like what's going to happen in week 1, week 2, week 4 and 5. So it kind of gives us a little more breakdown of what that project can look like. And again, this is a starting point. You can tailor it then to your needs. Now, how can I track student progress while they're doing this? I can ask that question. Let's type in another question here. How can I track the student progress? So it's going to give me some ideas now. They can have a checklist. They can do a reflection in the journal, regular check-in and meetings, the peer feedback, the milestone assessments, digital tools. Now, are you going to use all of these? Probably not. But it gives you some ideas of then how you can kind of work on this project. And so the more questions you have, the more information you can get. And I can just keep going on and on if I have more questions and wanting the AI to guide me and how I'm setting up that project. And you can have a good foundation and show your students, what you're really looking for. So that's another cool tool that you can use, the project-based learning. Now, the presentation generator, this is one of their newer tools as well. So here, I'm going to take another Texas TEAC, include it here, and I believe this was also 3rd grade. I just kind of stayed middle of the road here. Now, how many slides do I want? Do I want 5 or 10? I'm going to say I want 10 this time. And then this is my TEAC, the explain rhyme scheme, sound devices, and structural elements such as stanzas in a variety of poems. Okay, I can put any kind of additional criteria here that I want. And let's generate and let's see what kind of slides it gives us for this. So now it breaks it down to our slides. And of course, you are going to read it and make sure it's what you want. So slide 1 is just basically the title. And then slide 2 talks about what is poetry. It gives a little description. The rhyming scheme, like what does that mean? Gives us a little example. Slide 4, sound devices. So it gives us all the 10 slides. Okay, so now this is the cool part. In the free version, it does all of this. Everything works great. In the free version, you just have to copy the information and paste it. So I can copy and put it on each slide individually, or I can copy the whole thing and put it on a Word document and then put it on slides. But right now, as long as we see up here in this left-hand corner, Enterprise, we can export the slides. So this is the cool part right now. I can export to Google Slides, a Word, PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, or I can also put it on a doc. So I'm going to say, let's export it to Google Slides. So take advantage while we still see that Enterprise and use this way. You don't have to copy and paste. It just saves a little bit more time, but the copy and pasting doesn't take long either, and it does work. I know Google's been working a little slow today. It usually goes a little faster than this, but I did notice it was a little bit slow today. So we'll see if it takes it there or not. There we go. Now we open it in Google Slides. Now it's black and white, but now our job is to come in and we can jazz it up and make it a little more colorful. I can come over here to the theme. I can add color right away. And now I have colored backgrounds. Okay, and of course, I can jazz it up and add pictures and all that kind of stuff. So that's another lesson with Google. But it's just that easy to create slides. Now, of course, once I have it on the Google slide, I can go in and edit and change any of that information that I didn't want to use here or I didn't feel was accurate. Okay, let me go back. The last tool I wanted to look at today was the tool recommendation. So what if I am a special ed teacher in an elementary school and I want to know what tools would be helpful for a science fair? So again, we can change the grade level. Let's make it second grade this time. I'm a special education teacher, so let's see what kind of tools it recommends. So this is just giving me ideas. It's like kind of just an idea generator. So now it gives me some ideas. I can use the unit plan generator, and it tells me how this tool can be helpful. It helps create a draft of a unit plan tailored to the topic, standards, and objectives for the science fair. It can assist in organizing the content and ensuring that all necessary components are included for effective teaching. So it gives me all the different tools in Magic School that it would recommend to help me with that science fair. So if I'm at a loss and I don't know what tool to try, see what's recommended. So it's pretty cool. So hopefully you'll enjoy using Magic School, come back to these planning tools, and just try whatever looks like it could be helpful to you. We don't have enough time to go over all the tools, but all the tools are set up in the same fashion. They're very simple. You just kind of follow. You can always look at the exemplar to see what they put as an example, but you're going to select your grade level, put in your topic, standard, and objective. And again, the more specific you are, the better outcome you will get. Any additional criteria you have, you can put in here, and any standards are set to align to, you can put those in here as well. A lot of times I just put them in this first one, and then you just generate. And then whatever your outcome, you can always reprompt at the bottom to get even more information. So I hope you will go and enjoy Magic School tools and give it a try. And even some of the other tools away from the planning. But it is a really good tool to help with planning. So I'm going to stop there. And if there's any questions, let's go back to our Nearpod here. Just let me know if there are questions. MagicSchool.ai it's an innovative tool. It can transform your teaching approach. It helps enhance student engagement and streamlining your workflow. I think it will help. It gives you those ideas, and it does save you time. Regular exploration of the tools and features will maximize their benefits for you and your students.
There's no questions, Debbie.
All right. We will share these links with you as well, just some different Magic School resources. So if you're joined, it's time for our time to climb. So if you haven't joined, the link is in the chat. Let's see, in time to climb, let's see what we want to do today. We'll do this one. It looks
Debbie,
cute.
we only have one participant, so I don't know if...
We only have one person?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we don't have to play time to climb.
Just ask Mr. Rocha a question. If he gets it right, he gets it.
If he wants to play, he can. And if not, that's okay. We can just end here. We don't want to join. But we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you, Mr. Rocha. Since you're the only one here, you'll be the winner of our
Yes.
prize.
Our lucky winner.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for joining today.